Let's get into the crunch. We'll start in Minnesota, Tennessee. I like Aaron Jones, 17 carries, 88 yards last week. They tack a 61.5 number on him today. Aaron Jones is the catalyst of that offense, takes the pressure off of Sam Darnold. I think he could have a big day. The best-dressed guy, let me tell you, next to me in terms of Radio Row. I think that Mark Stoops and that defense that's only given up basically 150 passing yards per game forces the Jackson Dart to work down the field. It's going to be an ugly game under. Ole Miss wins, Kentucky cover. I'm shocked, Kev. I thought this was going to be the game of the week when we came in.
Lucky it's on the show.
You mentioned 5 straight unders. They've averaged 29 points per game during that span. We haven't seen Ollie Gordon take over in back-to-back weeks. He's been under his rushing total. And again, whether Cam Rising plays or not, I'll still roll with Wilson because I believe that Bernard and that rushing attack can eat on the ground. People have said that if the draft was tomorrow, Connor Wedman would be a first-round selection. I just don't see it. Terrible. I don't know. I would sell that pick immediately. Start fast, I believe. Work with Carson Beck, and then run the football a little bit later because I got to believe that Alabama wants to take away the rushing attack first. The back end, we talked about it, Ben. They're only giving up 115 passing yards per game. But I'm not going to overthink this either. I'm going to go with the more consistent team, and that's Jaden Daniels in Washington. Actually liked what Dan Quinn is building there. And 26 of 30, nothing has changed in regards to my assessment on Notre Dame after that win because I expected them to win in College Station. I like them at minus 170 from a schedule perspective, Ben. I think it lines up very well for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame to be at least 11-1. But still, those are games that they should win. They did exactly what they needed to do in terms of that matchup. They waited. It was almost like a counterpuncher. They waited for their opportunity. Once they got it with about 8 minutes left and they scored and jumped up, the defense took over. Ollie Gordon will run for 130 on that SEC defense. 26 carries, 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was a gutless effort last week. A gutless. Come back home, Ollie. I'm with you. Oklahoma State has won 9 straight in the series. Wow. Okay? They're going to run all over Tulsa in terms of this matchup. Typically, these are the games under the radar. In the past, Mario Cristobal and former head coaches would go in and potentially lose. Now, they do have the best quarterback on the floor and potentially in all of FBS in regards to Cam Ward, 343 and 4 touchdowns. The plays that he made in regards to the fourth quarter to put his team in a position to win that game, amazing. He's gone consistently down with the completion percentage. Something's off in regards to the consistency of the passing attack. I'll take the home team. Give me LSU. I think they strike the upset. In order for Georgia to win tonight, I don't think it's Carson Beck. I think it's the rushing attack with Trevor Etienne. They're averaging $134 on the ground. We know that goes right into the front 7 of Texas, but last year they were up to 194. Quinn Ewers is a pocket passer. I think they can get some pass rush on him, force him to work down the field, and maybe get some sacks or turnovers, and that's the key. Lost last week with Najee Harris inching to the goal line. He could have gotten it for me, but I like the total in regards to Jalen Hurts, Philly, Tampa Bay rematch of last year's wild card game. I think Tampa pushes a little bit of tempo. Willie Fritz has done a fantastic job. I say that 3.5 win total, a rebuild after Holgerson. They did pick up the victory, believe it or not, over Utah. They can't score, but they scored more than the Utes last week, 17-14. The ability for Anthony Richardson to maybe take 2 or 3 weeks off to see what he's doing wrong and maybe get a better understanding of the offense or maybe work on completions and his accuracy, I don't think it's a bad look for the franchise. Again, Oregon wins, but this is going to be a 4-quarter game, I believe. Give me the points with Wisconsin. This is one of my better picks. I put Oklahoma State on the mat, not you. I bet them to win the Big 12 last year.
And guess what?
And then you saw my success.
And what happened?
And you went back.
And what happened?
And said, now,
you were
I
sitting,
jumped off
You
them.
were sitting.
I jumped off
You were
them.
sitting in
They're
that
frauds.
chair.
They're wearing white jerseys
and you were
and orange tape. Daniel Jones is not the answer. He's absolutely atrocious. He shouldn't be a quarterback in the NFL. Dave Brown wasn't a quarterback in the NFL. Daniel Jones is a carbon copy. 22 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions his final year in Duke. And oh, by the way, 5 of them came against Pitt, and 5 of them came in the bowl win against Temple. Outside of that, he didn't do anything. It's back-to-back road games for Houston one. He had the football for a majority of the first half, built a huge first half lead, and then just never looked back. But when the game is on the line in the third and fourth quarter and you need tough yards, Saquon Barkley and that offensive line have been able to wear down opposing defenses, right? They did it certainly against the Washington Commanders, did it against the LA Rams. I mean, you name it, they stepped up and did it, and now they have the Super Bowl defending champs on the line. But he had that program was already going there. That program
the guy
was
produces nothing
there.
but number one overall picks at the quarterback position.
Born on
Were you the
bench.
one who gave Malachi Nelson the advice to go to Boise?
I did. I give him the bag of cash, too. Early and often, he couldn't do absolutely anything in regards to that matchup. Kirk Cousins coming off a 4-interception performance. I think Brian Flores, that front seven, get after it, and I think they run it, they throw it. They have their will in terms of do whatever they want against a smash job. Vape special minus the 6.5. I think McLaurin has a big day today. He's plus 210, 230 in that area to score a touchdown. And Jaden Daniels' numbers like 195.5, 197 in that area. I altered him up today, kept to 225 plus. I actually think he breaks out at home with Kingsbury, a better play caller than what he has right now.
Lisi, they're selling this total.
Yeah, because Arizona lost 20-13. They were held in check by Detroit. They're expecting, a letdown in regards to Jaden Daniels and that performance on Monday night. But again, I keep bringing it up. They haven't punted since week 1 in the fourth quarter. I like Washington to continue, even though it's back-to-back games. Jaden Daniels is the real deal. I love the over 48.5. This gravy train where you just bet Indiana and they smash and you win ends today because Michigan has won 27 of the last 28 meetings. I think they can run the football, shorten the game, and at least cover the number. That's where I'm looking. Indiana might move to 10-0, and Cignetti has done a fantastic job. Love the press conferences, love everything. But this is an opportunity for Michigan to step up. Cover the number, baby. That gravy train ends Michigan today. This is an opportunity to put pedal to the metal. I'm laying the 21.5 with the Longhorns. We just talked about Clemson. Again, no margin of error for the Tigers, right? But the over-perception, I mean, West Virginia was a huge dog play by a lot of people. So they bet West Virginia. All of a sudden, they get smashed by Penn State, and now they're going to lay it with Penn State against a Bowling Green team. I'm going to take the 34.5. This line got up as high as 35.5, 36 midweek. They brought it back down. Give me the 34.5 with Bowling Green. I know a lot of people are backing Kirk Cousins going back to Minnesota, but this is a team that has lost 3 straight games. Cousins coming off a 4-interception performance, and again, he struggles against defensive fronts that get after it. Yeah, it's ugly. I know as ugly as you can get, but I'm taking the over in terms of Houston and Tennessee. We talk about Houston potentially struggling over back-to-back weeks, 19 points, 2 points. You need a better effort than that, and you need continuity. You need a win. You need some sort of positivity heading into this matchup. Give me up, and away over the 36.5 in Nashville. I think the line is treating the New York Jets like they won 4 straight as opposed to lost 4 straight. It's back-to-back road games for Aaron Rodgers, the New York Jets. Not running the football consistently. They have no rushing attack. They haven't won a game at home. A rivalry game, contrarian. They keep it close. Dallas might have a problem running the football. Rico Dowdle last week, only 23 yards on the ground. Cooper Rush lit up the Tampa Bay secondary for 295, 300. I don't think he does that today. They're going to need the rushing attack to stay in manageable third downs. I don't think they can do it. I looked at this game all week. The first time they played in the Link, it was a lower scoring game. Jaden Daniels a little bit confined by the Philadelphia Eagles defense. They got on track and back-to-back wins. I don't know if they win the game, Kev, but I think it's points aplenty. They're going to have to score at least 24 to 27 points, in my opinion, to knock off Jalen Hurts. I think they push tempo at home. When you look at the New York Giants losing 6 straight by an average margin, a defeat of 11.8 points per game. We saw a little life out of the Cowboys as a 10.5-point dog. Last week, Cooper Rush and CeeDee Lamb look to be on the same page. Justin Fields is the main component about why this total is going to go through 36.5. I think we can get to 45.5, 46 in terms of that. Pittsburgh all the way, but they blow through this number. Tempo. And again, we talk about the national championship mentality. Right, we saw that Mike Tomlin wanted players like Minkah Fitzpatrick, others, Najee Harris, national champions. Now you get another guy in terms of Roman Wilson. You bring in George Pickens. They're starting to build that culture. and maybe that'll make the turn, but you got to open up the offense. I think Debo could have a big day. We saw Kansas City abuse that secondary. D-Hop had a big performance, and the last pick is security blanket for Jaden Daniels going up against a very good defense in Pittsburgh. I think they try and take away Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown. That should open up Zach Ertz underneath 29.5. You can't have Aaron Rodgers running the locker room offensively, defensively. The coaching staff is afraid to say anything and coach the young players up because they want to upset Aaron Rodgers. You can't just be that way.
They're going to be challenged today by all of these weapons that Green Bay has, and playing on the road and the fact that Green Bay is a dominant home team. That's why I like Jordan Love here. They can run it, they can throw it. I like to see Christian Watson get involved. I think he duplicates the performance that he did last week. I think the rushing attack could take over.
When the game is on the line in the third and fourth quarter and you need tough yards, Saquon Barkley and that offensive line have been able to wear down opposing defenses, right? They did it certainly against the Washington Commanders, did it against the LA Rams. I mean, you name it. They stepped up and did it, and now they have the Super Bowl defending champs. Really impressed the way the Cardinals are playing. But I go back to that 380 price with the LA Rams, Matt Stafford, and how the defense has come around, right? Got pushed to the limit a little bit last week against Seattle, but they still win it in overtime. They have the big three. You know, Stafford, you have both wide receivers, Kupp and Puka Nacua, even though they're a little bit banged up, still producing.